là. Qu'est-ce qu'on sait qu'il y a à présent? Et pas balé bon, non? Et pas balé bon. Yo mettez un épi là. Pour ces vieux amis en votre sécurité. Ça veut dire que nous sommes que vous ne parce que nous avons $1,000 à monde. Madame, comédien qui a assuré $25,000. Madame, qui a un épi, comédien qui a construit un case. Poyon. Avec United Workers Party, Johnny Luke a représenté ça. Il a mis un épi minimum wage $2,000 à monde. Et bien, il n'y a pas de bouche. C'est pareil qui j'ai fait. So, nous allons répéter. We just repeating the same program. So, pas d'ici qui fait, we not sure, no daily day. Non. À nous commencer vers Rosonov. À nous commencer, mener victoire là, pour nous dire momentum là, parce qu'il y aura pas de bagaille. Il y aura pas l'argent. Il y aura possession là. Il y aura possession Spanish là. Mon connaît devant moi, mais moi, yon bayo, on peut pas quitter. Et pas mon qui dit, moi, vous investir moins. So, nous, nous pouvons être vigilants. Il faut nous garder. Il faut nous parler de la voisin. Il faut nous éduquer. Et par l'élection qui vient pour un monde qui a passé, qui a pas l'argent, qui a vote, il n'y a pas rien. Il y a tourné l'élection en bagaille à l'argent. So, si vous parti là pas l'argent, il n'y a pas jamais gagné l'élection. À Kamade, vous nous resolvez encore. Vote, Johnny, Luke, et bien nous allons commencer là. Bagatelle, puis nous constituency, Hakame de Koyon God. Parce que nous allons aller sous quoi là. C'est mon nom qui a puis ça va constituer la wed. Bagay la wed body, bagay la ka changer. Bon nous va commencer ici là. Merci au pile. Wete avec Donny Lougué. Pas changer, il can deliver bazo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Technician. Let's put our hands together for the brother from Pinisaban, Chiki. Siri. Okay. Brothers and sisters, this meeting looks like a rally. I didn't know it's a rally we had here tonight, man. Whoa. You know what? Let's say, we're going to do something here. All of you, in one loud voice, you only have half a minute. Let the world know. Make some noise! Yes. This is what you call a rally meeting. Brothers and sisters, my next speaker comes from this community. He hails from this community. Some people call him a king in this community. Brothers and sisters, he has been with the United Workers' Party from the day one. He has been frontline with the United Workers' Party and Dominicans throughout. He has been very affectionately known as Boots on the Ground. Boots on the ground. When I said he is like a king in this community, I will say no more. Put your hands together for Brother Toto's Boots on the Ground. Yes, brother. Yes. Good night to my people. Good night to Rosonov. A son of the soil, a son of the community is here tonight to endorse a brother, Danny Luge. Before I give
my main endorsement, I want to let the people know that the people of Roseau North is very positive people. And because of the positiveness in the people of Roseau North, I have become who I am and standing in my position. And I will stand with them until I cannot do anything else. I want to say tonight, I am here not in the highest prime, because I just lost one of my brothers. And that was a brother that would stand by me or stand with me through thick and thin. So it is not the best time. But when the battle is on, they say you have to heal the wounds. You have to bury the dead. But you have to go on. And our people, we have to be strong. Roseau North, I came from Pottersville. That's where I was born. My mother and my father. My father was from Goodwill. He was born in Pottersville. My mother was from Salisbury, and she was living in Pottersville. That's where I was born. So after some time in my life, I was able to move around from Pottersville to the environment that I was living, which is right, wrong, Roseau North, including Roseau. And Roseau North, you leave the Roseau River and you go north and you stop in Kinfield. We represent Roseau North. The people in Roseau North, I must say, the most ambitious people that come from the ground, come from nothing, come from only ambition, have become the people we are today. And Roosevelt Skerrit is using the development of Roseau North, including Fokole, to say that this is something that they have created. Roseau North, the people that reside Gota, Tarish Pit, Yampis, Fokole, Glasgow, some in Mont Daniel, came from Pottersville, the northern side of the Roseau River. And in growing up to be the people that we are today, we had to move and we had to grow. Roseau North have produced a number of high-quality people that have contributed to Dominica development. Through the time that I live, and I know it was there before, and it will go on even after I'm gone. My people, I am proud of you, because on the inception of United Workers' Party, the people that was standing up with the Dominican Labour Party, that was the party that was representing the poor people, they moved to United Workers' Party. The people that was in the Freedom Party, that they were coming from the middle section of development of Dominica, these people moved to United Workers' Party. And they even call us a party of businessmen. But to check all the businessmen they talk about is people that came from scratch. People that struggled to become who they were. And these people were pulling more people along with them. This Labour Party that came in after Roosevelt, not even before Roosevelt Skerrit, you know. Because before Roosevelt Skerrit, it was Rosie Douglas and Pierre Charles. And none of us know what would come out of neither Rosie Douglas or Pierre Charles. But we know that when Skerrit take the rule, we have more than 25 years. And this country has gone back and back and back. I am a living testimony of the ill that is done to our health in Dominica. The biggest hospital in Dominica, Rosonoff. Goodwill it is. Goodwill it was. Princess Margaret Hospital. Princess Margaret Hospital, when I had a problem, my parents used to tell me, you see the hill? You have to walk up. If we have to carry you, you will answer some questions. You know what questions? Where you come out, what you was involved in, how you end up injured, those kind of things. Goodwill Savannah was ours, the Rosa River was ours, and we had all the bush for us to go and enjoy ourselves. But when you get to the hospital, I cannot tell you the kind of works that was going on there. Because from taking babies before they born, to have all our grannies, all grannies, when we were growing up, and you were hearing people dying, was the elderly, because they were taking care of our people. Today, the children dying before they born. The mothers and the fathers dying. Healthy people that go to the hospital with a malfunction dying. They're killing people at the hospital. I can tell that to you. And I don't fear nothing. Wrong medicine. I went to the hospital with a sandwich I ate that hurt my stomach. And when I get the tablets, heart attack. The doctor tell me what they give you there is to kill you. They had their plan. What I didn't know. But whatever plan they had, God have his plan. And I want all of you to know that. Don't give up on God. Because God have the power to make all of them find a place. He will deal with them. So don't panic, my people. It has come back to us in Rosonoff for us to show the world and to show Dominica. Our people are very resilient people. Our people are hardworking people. When you go to Rosonoff and you ask for a doctor, we produce that. You ask for a lawyer, number, we produce that. Nurses, we produce that. Construction, we produce that. Teachers, we produce. You just talk about doing it, and we produce it. Rosonoff. And if you go around Rosonoff, a number of the construction you see corner to corner in Rosonoff was built by the hands of the people of Rosonoff. Today, they're building a school in Pottersville. And the number of workers from Rosonoff that is there, you can count them on your finger. This is a project that is millions and millions of Dominican dollars. And our people still cannot even send their children to school or buy uniform for them from that money. And we have tradesmen. We have builders that could go down there and tell the Chinese, stay in the little shop all you have there. And all you'll see the building going up. And it will go up from start to finish. We have it. We have the architects. We have it. All you know we have it. Mechanic, we have it. Talk about any skill. We have it. In Rosonoff, we had prime ministers. Not a prime minister, you know. Prime ministers. Rosonoff. We had Patrick John. Don't forget we had Edison James. Edison James is from Marigot. But he was living in Rosonoff. Put that in all your pipe and smoke it. So don't make people tell us Rosonoff. We coming from down on the ground. Walk with our heads up. They're pressing us. Over the years that this government is in power, go around Rosonoff and show me what valuable input that this government put for our children to be able to say that government do something for us. They're mashing us up. They hate us. You know why they hate us? We are ambitious people. They cannot fool us. They cannot fool us. So when they come back to Rosanov this time around and telling us that they have somebody to represent us, I want to tell all you, because all you don't know what I know. That nice young lady you see in there is by her. And they put Gumby on her too. And they have a family in it too. When you hear me say that, I am not scared of none of them. You know why I tell all you that? That child father was in Guadeloupe with me. I had to run from Dominica to survive. And when I get to Guadeloupe, I got the medical care. I get the people in Guadeloupe to assist me. And the people is saying that our government in Dominica don't want to help our people. Her father was in the hospital in Dominica. And when he gets the call, they tell him in a few weeks' time that man going to die, you know. Because we don't think going to happen. But he moved to Guadeloupe. And I can tell you that man lived for more than a year in Guadeloupe while I was in Guadeloupe. And that man lived in Guadeloupe while he was lying on a bed and couldn't move. That man could get up. He could walk to the gate, open for me. And when I go inside, we sit together as two guys from Rosanov and we converse. We've been conversing the effort we're making to help our people, to represent our people, and what they're doing for us in our hospital. The guy came down. It was just a vacation. After he feels so good and strong, he come down in November. He came down before me. As soon as I reached, I was at his home. The man walked to the door and opened the door for me, as he was doing in Guadeloupe. We spoke, we had a good time in his house. And I left. He said, remember, Todos, I'm not staying here, you know. Because I know what they're doing with us here. They don't want us. They don't want us because we're opening the eyes of our people. So as soon as the season finished, I gone back. And he went back after. But seeing his country and he love his people and he love his place, he said, Christmas right there. I going down for 2 days. As Christmas finished, I going back up. He came down. He got an attack. The attack he get, it was not the first time he had been getting that attack. It was like a normal thing. His breathing condition would get down and then the oxygen would be there and everything is there and the doctors on him, and in 2 minutes the boy back in his house. The boy said, I can't stay far from that. When he came down for the Christmas, he got the attack. He didn't get it when he come November. When he got the attack, his family tell him, including that same girl, because he's at his home, you need to go back. The hospital take him up because that's the emergency, and they refuse to let the family take him back out. The mother plead. His doctors know. His doctors know what to give him. They know what to do with him. We want to take him out, and they prevent them. And he died. He died with them because they don't want that man to leave. I can tell you that daughter that they have there, they're working on her. And if she don't know, oh, you have to help her. Don't put that girl in government because it's another monster we put in to deal with us. We have to make sure, Rosanov, that we show them we're not dotish, we're not backward, we are hardworking people, and we're bright enough. What they have given all you there is ours. The money is ours. They have our purse. And they're giving us the change. They're taking the dollars and they're putting it on a side for them. They're building all kind of mansion and all kind of hotel and all kind of things with our money. And then they want us to put them back in office. Roso North. I am telling all you, tonight is not my night. But it's just that I have to exhale. I am telling all you, Danny Lugie. Danny's father was a hard-working man. He taught his children to work hard, to be ambitious, and to respect people. Danny Lugie is a man for that. So no matter what all you hear them saying, they always try to take our good people and cover them up with their negative and tell us that they have better people to deal with us. Our people have to show them. You see Roso? He had to come out vehicles to come to Roso. And we know they used to call Baweya Ho, Baweya Ba, Baweya Mita Shimela. When fellas that was raping people and stealing people things was running down all in Pottersville. All you never hear about Chichi? All you hear about Chichi? When he reached when he reached Pottersville, he couldn't get anywhere to hide, you know. Because nobody wants him in the yard. You hear me? And today, no matter what comes out of it, they think Chichi come back to take us, not in Roso North. Danny Lugie, we will put Danny Lugie back in office. And UWP, we can tell you that's the starting. We have to help Dominica. We have to show them in Dominica that we stand for something. It was pallet houses. Now when you look on the hill, it's strictly concrete. Everybody making a deck. They're talking about hurricane secure and hurricane rescue. We have it there. So all our people, stand up. Roso North, from the bridge, the river, to Kenfield. We're taking them down this time around.
Thank you very much, Brother Totos. Let's hear it for the king of the area. Brothers and sisters, Mr. Technician, play a little music for the people here. I got a great thing coming up here. Thank you. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yes, I. This is the Workers' Continent.
Thank you. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters. Put your hands together for Totos, the man himself. And we are moving on. But as we move on, we're tightening up a little bit. We're tightening up a little bit because we have some great speakers and we want all of them to speak. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring on, you know those powerful women that workers have around? All right. Well, we have some powerful women in workers. And so I am moving to the woman time now. The first one, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard of her. She is standing tall in the Roso Central constituency. Yes, I heard your hands. Ladies and gentlemen, the first time around on the political platform and the political scene, let's put our hands together for Juliet Shelford.
So amazing how the world was made. I wonder if God is a woman.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It's an honor to be here with you tonight in the people of Fontaine and Roso North. Special shout out to my Roso Central people. I think you're in the house tonight. Okay, together we are stronger.
That is it.
So we're here to support you. We are gathered here with purpose to talk about the future of Dominica, to acknowledge the issues that you face, that we face, and the solutions and the possibilities that lay ahead. Most importantly, we're here to prepare for by-election day, when you, the constituents of Roseau North, will exercise one of your most fundamental democratic rights, the right to vote. I want to salute Danny for once again answering the call to serve you, the people of Roseau North. Danny is man enough. I believe had Danny's name been on the ballot in 2022, that seat would still belong to the United Workers' Party. I believe that Roseau North is blue, blue, blue. Now, every election is about choosing the kind of future we want for ourselves, our families, our communities. And one of the greatest measures of any society is how we treat the most vulnerable people. Let's talk about our elderly people. Too many of them face isolation, decline in health, financial hardship, and in some cases abuse and neglect. That is why under the United Workers' Party, the pillars of development, the 10 pillars of development, social equity and inclusion will be a national priority. A UWP government will develop a comprehensive strategy that goes beyond pensions. It will include better care for dementia and Alzheimer's, support for the family, caregivers, community programs to keep our seniors active and engaged, with greater access to proper health care. No elderly Dominican should ever feel afraid, abandoned, or taken advantage of. Most importantly, we will introduce a welfare system that is free from political interference. Assistance should never depend on who you support politically. It should be based solely on need, delivered fairly, transparently, and with dignity. Social equity and inclusion means building a country where everyone has a voice and a stake. Roseau North, that future begins with you. The decision you make on by-election day will help set the course for the rest of the country. We're looking to you to lead. We're looking to you to choose the UWP, because the rest of the country will feel that energy and the rest will flow. Okay? So if you haven't gotten confirmed as yet, go and get confirmed. If you haven't registered, get registered. And on election day, I want you to go out there and vote, because some of us on election day were just like, I can't be bothered. But that's not good enough. We need your vote, because every single vote counts. So together, let's send a message that change is possible. You know, after 27 years, we begin to feel like it's never going to change. But let's send that message out, and it starts with you in Roseau North. Together, let's begin the journey towards a better Dominica. So thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Whoa, 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 whoa.
You know what? Is she ready for Roseau Central?
All right, put your hands together.
For Julie!
Whoa. All right.
Hold on, Mr. DJ. Hold that for my next speaker. You don't think we have powerful women around?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know her. I don't have to introduce her. She is from the St. Joseph constituency, and they can try whatever they want, but she is going to be the person. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Manuel John Baptist.
You ready? The time is now. Wave your flag. Wave them high. The sun is rising over Roseau Town. We're tired of the system dragging us down. From the valley
WP is on the right. UWP is on the right track. Fakole! Workers? Zoka Domi man. Workers? Ah, that is better. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, constituents of Roseau North, political leader, colleagues, online family, but especially good night to the people of Fakole. Fakole Zala? Yes, they are there. Those of you listening at home, those of you listening online, tonight, my sister Julie started it. And I want us to have a sober conversation. No fanfare, no drama. I want to speak to you tonight as a mother, as a sister, as a participant in your struggles. Because truth be told, there is them and there is us. I had the privilege and pain to walk through your community last week and witness so much untapped talent and capabilities. Young men skilled in farming, mechanic, engineering and sports, whose potential has been stifled, dreams crushed, and talents laid to waste. But your community is not unlike the rest of Dominica. In the last 20 plus years, 25 years, we have witnessed the systematic destruction of all the sectors that created sustainable opportunities for our people. In a land of such abundance, there is space for all to win. Question to you is, are you? Are you winning? Are you realizing your dreams? How does a country with such an abundance of water not be the fountain of supply to regional and global partners? I want you, brothers and sisters, to imagine with me a minute a thriving water industry and the opportunities that it can create. Man and woman power would be required to harvest the water, transport the water, purify the water, man the machinery in the bottling plants, more drivers to distribute, more port officers, more security officers, power to be used on the ships for loading, and even opportunities for seamen and sea women as our liquid gold is shipped from our shores. A multi-million-dollar industry providing employment in more than just the water industry, but it would have a ripple effect to other businesses, like to the shopkeepers, to the supermarkets, to the entertainment industry, boutiques, barbershop, nail techs, hairdressers. You all feel the dream with me? It's a dream that is alive and well. And that's just for water. Imagine what we will do with tourism, arts and culture, agriculture, and the wealth of our people, the wealth of Dominica, the land, the soil, the sea. What we can do, brothers and sisters, with marijuana. We will leave that conversation for another time. I know the political leader has more to say on that. We have the resources, do we not? We have the resources. We have the natural resource. We have the human resource. What we lack is innovative leadership. And that, my brothers and sisters, is where the United Workers' Party comes in. Under the leadership of Dr. Thomson Fontaine, a man who understands how to take the wealth of any nation and convert it into tangible opportunities for the people of their country. An esteemed son of the soil, an economist by profession, a man who has spent years mastering his art of building economies. In such a time as this, his skill, his experience, and his expertise is just what Dominica needs. Brothers and sisters, it is not just what we need, it is what is required. I share the hopes, dreams, and vision of a team that will put people first. A team that understands that a responsible government builds on what exists and makes better the areas that require improvement. This by-election is here, and the choice is clear. A trusted man in the person of Danny Lugay Put your hands together for Brother Danny Luge, a man unafraid and very loud about the needs of his Rosono family. This is a constituency neglected because you, the people of Rosono, have refused to be bought with the red envelope and the political bribes. Tonight, Fakole, I am proud of you. Danny Luge, I am proud of you. Rosono, I am proud of you. I know that this seat will be returned to the United Workers' Party. I encourage you to continue to reject these modern-day slave masters. Those who will threaten you with lies. Lies that the UWP will remove benefits that exist in our country. Rubbish talk. We will deliver dignified aid to the helpless, to the less fortunate, to the vulnerable, to the elderly. We will leave our cameras at home. We will assist those who have fallen through the social cracks. The United Workers' Party started most of these programs. School feeding program, textbook program, the elderly and less fortunate aid. I think once upon a time, Brother Soso, correct me, it was called Paupers Help, Paupers Pay. It has always existed and it will be reformed under United Workers' Party government. In my walk, brothers and sisters, I heard a few young brothers who wanted to trade their votes for a payday. I even heard a young brother auctioning his votes on social media recently. I hear you, young people. I feel for you. But I want to tell you tonight, money will come and it will go. The red envelopes will disappear after the elections are done. Do not trade your vote for unsustainable short-term gain. Trade your vote for opportunities and a better and brighter future. Brothers and sisters, I know you can feel hopeless. You can feel stuck. You can feel unproductive, lost, and afraid to speak out. You're afraid to vent. You're afraid to ask the questions. This is where the DLP has a lot of our young brothers and sisters. Their political system is designed to keep you stuck, unproductive and dependent. Meanwhile, they strip you of every bit of energy, your freedom, your voice and your independence, while they in turn steal, misuse and enjoy the country's money, the people's money, your money. It is time to take back our country. The good news is today you still matter. You are right on time to stand up and design your own future. You get to predict your own outcome. You have to trust the people who continue to suffer with you. People who have put their necks on the line and suffered for you like Brother Danny Luge. There is no stranger to the sufferings of the people in the United Workers' Party. We not only stand with you, we stand for you, we stand by you. Brothers and sisters, in this by-election, the choice is clear. It is more votes for Danny. Danny is man enough for Roso enough. In fact, as I end, there is only one candidate running.
That is it.
The only candidate who is running on principle and integrity. One person who puts people before self. Danny Luge, man enough for Roso enough. I encourage you, brothers and sisters, get registered today, get confirmed, and stand with men and women who are ready to put you, the people of Dominica, first. Scare it! Time up. Pack up. Fed up. For whatever, backward never. Roso enough. Victory for Danny.
There's no use to chat with the devil. It's useless. Coming out in a Babylonian kingdom.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's get ready for Sister Monel. Big time. Big things are coming. Big things are coming. Brothers and sisters,
we're going to listen to a youth who's going to represent the call of the youth. And then we got a strong lineup of the executive. Powerful, powerful, powerful speakers. So let's take that young man. Lennon Auguste is the man. Brothers and sisters, let's hear it for Lennon Auguste.
I feel I'm coming after my soul, wanting to take control. Wanna give me life, wanna give me pain, wanna give me all the material.
We finished sing, man. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yes. Good evening, my Dominican family. Can I hear you?
I mean, if we aspire to bring change, significant change to Dominica, we have to amplify our voices. So let me hear you one more time, my Dominican family. Yes, that is it. My name is Lennon Auguste, and I am from the small but vibrant Taru village. But you want to know something? I'm tired. I'm tired of the empty promises. I'm tired of the washed up politicians, the evil politicians. I'm tired of living in a system that cripples us youth and then forces us to smile and say thank you when a pair of used crutches are given. So this party has a 10-pillar plan and an economist as our leader that will bring change into reality. I stand before you with the faith and courage of a mustard seed to say that Gen Z is ready to effect change, my people. No one person is more important than the next. With unity and togetherness, we shall win. We are not only tired, but super duper fed up. The majority of us end our day just checking. Boy, we're so over it. But last month, if you were to tell me that I would be in this position here, I would think you're crazy, honestly. But because I'm here as a young man standing in front the door of public scrutiny and victimization, and out of the love I have for my country, I will outweigh the daggers, hate, and plans the enemy will set for me. I am someone that normally enters a room and would prefer not to be the center of attention. I'd rather keep to myself, but Dominica is crying. She is crying because the people deserve better. And if we fight, we will win. So here am I, casting one of the first Gen Z cool wash in this fight. A fight that together, like I said, we will what? We will win. So, are you ready? This time, young people are willing and ready and are aware of the financial shortcomings of the government. Maybe not so much in the exact way that the pages of corruption are sown into our community to masquerade as a part of our everyday lives. There's a saying, it's an error that cannot be correct. We're feeling it, each and every one of us. Because I mean, what young Dominican can say that their family is paying 60K a month on one of the houses and the fridge is still full? I mean, hello. Majority of us cannot say that. So give us some grace, you know. We grew up with Scared for my whole lifetime. And, you know, educate us. If it's the Lai River Hotel, let us know, because a lot of young people are not really aware. So let us know if it's the Bimbo Ball, you know. All the other many shortcomings the government has brought to this beautiful country. Provide us with the information so we'll realize that after denying several games, the proper standards at a stadium, and what the economic return would have brought, upgrading the lights in the stadium is not an achievement, but a long overdue investment. And like women nowadays say, the bare minimum. So young people are ready. Ready to uncloak the evil and corruption that forces us to abandon home and creates the environment where record low birth rates are born, creating an empty, half-baked resource center, while many of us still sit down and wonder what is going on with our local library and our house of culture. I, for one, will use this platform given to me to bring light to the mismanagement and shortcomings of the current regime, when billions of CBI dollars can't be accounted for. Hello? Checking you, I want to say really and truly, we are all in this together. And we have so many blocks and gangs for them wicked politicians to be eating easily and smiling at us, eating their scraps. The old lady down the street should not be fearing for the gold chain on her neck when politicians taking millions from a community, my dog. These politicians should be the ones that fear y'all. Why should police harass a brother just because he planting some trees to make edibles locally to get his daily bread? Whole time, there's the man in the suit that laundering millions from the backs of the people. The officials should fear because they know. We seen it. There are young people, children, not even just young people, that have to bend to get $500, a scholarship, a job. That isn't right, and we will change that. Act should be one of the biggest forms of resilience against a corrupt regime. But yet still, Calypso is one of the only forms we used to comment on just the cover page of corruption and wickedness that we are seeing going on. There are far more bouillon artists making tracks, but not supporting the fight, not backing the opposition, and they are all aware. Why let a regime castrate your right to speak? Influential that goes to you as well. Uplift the country, yes, because DA is one of the best places. I mean, we all see what Speed said. But put your foot down when victimization is rampant. We have a phenomenal leader here, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll be honest, as a young person, there were times when I felt let down by this party. But after listening to that press conference they had last month, you know, that really pushed some confidence in my spirit. And I would say that this party is ready. This party is ready to take on the greedy, evil government that controls the economic, the media, political life of our island. It's a lie that politics is a game of greed. It's a lie cultured by the evil man at the top. Every system results from policies. So to say you don't partake in politics, you're either mistaken or too privileged for it to be affecting you drastically. We get to choose our politicians and whether or not we're going to capitulate to corruption or not. It's not a two-piece combo. We have a right to vote them out. My question to you tonight is, are you ready to let the power of love break the love of power? Because only then Dominica can know peace. Thank you.
Put your hands together, keep your hands together for Brother Lennon August. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is an eye-opener. An eye-opener. But I tell you what, for those, I can see a lot of persons here who have been around this United Workers' Party for a long time. I'm going to check your memory. That was Lennon August.
Lennon August connection, Pottersville. August, Pottersville.
How about Father August? Ah, you see where the power came from? That's where the power came from. It is rooted in the family. Do your investigation, I will say no more. I have given you enough. Put your hands together for a youth of the moment. He has carried the flag, the youth flag, really nice and tall. Brothers and sisters, executive movement now. The powerhouse is started. He has served in the Parliament of Dominica for many years. He served as PAL rep for probably one of the longest serving PAL reps for the United Workers' Party. Brothers, whoa, you're taking my thing out of my mouth, man. Huh? Well, but that's okay, you're allowed to. Brothers and sisters, he served as leader of the opposition in the House. He served as leader of the United Workers' Party. Brothers and sisters, even he was one of those persons who sacrificed
his seat in parliament, like Danny did, honorable men, sacrificed his seat to ensure that Dominicans can stand proud. I will say no more. Let's welcome Brother Spags Hector John.
What's the girl? This song.
Workers,
After Mr. Ogis, I don't think I have anything else to say.
right? But I have to come and give support to my brother and friend, Danny
Ninja Lugay. But before I do so, let me extend sympathies to the Ward's family and the passing of Tony Ward, who will be buried tomorrow.
So I want to extend sympathies to Totos,
Louvain, Eve, Eva, and all the other members of the Ward's family in Fontaine. He'll be buried tomorrow morning, I think, at the St. Alphonsus Roman Catholic Church. So I just want to extend sympathies to the family. Brothers and sisters, people of Dominica at home and abroad, I bring you warm greetings from the people of Salisbury, Kulibishri, and Monterey. And you know why we are here tonight? It's all about Danny Lugay and the United Workers' Party. We are in Fontaine. Brothers and sisters, I spent 16 years working around Fontaine. Tonight, we will have a line right at Lyndhurst to buy. So I might have to go home maybe at 6 o'clock in the morning and come back for 8. But I work with a lot of people from Fontaine. Banana money was not, it did not only build the rural communities, you know. Banana money built Fontaine. Lighter Fontaine. My Perry bigger house and live a healthy life by selling bakes and chicken, you know. Bread and bunja right on the road there, my Perry. Because of the banana industry. Young men would leave Goodwill Secondary School and come to the port on the first day and seek employment, you know, to stack bananas. Some of them would stay in my office and do their homework while they get a break. I would help them buy their books and help them order, buy shirts for them to go to school. That is what the banana industry did for Fontaine. Our truckers transporting our bananas from Portsmouth to Roosevelt for Fontaine. Ward's trucking his Totos, his brother Lapwell, Boogies, Ada, the whole world in the Fontaine area. And that's why you have people like Mesh, Skull, Steve, and the others, because they were there with Totos and the others, and so they took over because of the banana industry. Where is that banana industry now? We had bananas, Dominica sold bananas from 1950s, you know. And the Labour Party killed it, you know, in 2015, you know. That was the last time we exported a box of banana, you know. 2015, January. They blame Black Cigar Toker. So what has happened to Fontaine? Where are the young men from Fontaine and the young women from Fontaine? I'm not even talking about the rural communities. I'm talking about Fontaine. I was told that Fontaine was a community with wooden houses, pallet. And check Fontaine now. Mansions. I woke up Fontaine on Saturday. You stand on the road and see them houses up there, but some people have some huge houses up there, you know. And they work hard. Stevie Door and Longshoremen, where they came from. Fontaine, Gota, Yampis, Tarish, Louisville, Public Works, all these things were Fontaine people working there. Scary took all that from them, you know. But on Sunday, bring a fete for them at Lindo Park. I cool out Sambu. You know, and that is what we are talking about, you know. For 27 years, you are the people of Fokole poor, struggling. And you want to bring a fete for them in front of the hospital, disturbing their sick family members. And you want to tell me you want to have another choice? The only choice is Danny Luge. And I want to impress on our young people from Fokole. Get registered. Get confirmed. Stop saying Danny win already. More votes for Danny. We have to send a very loud message. Let the blue wave begin in Rosonoff. While walking in Fokole on Saturday, you know the young man told me? That he got money twice already, you know. He tell me, "Sparks, let's go for a drink on our money." The bribery. If you fail for 27 years and you have to go and buy people to vote, that means you failed. I work DBMC, you know the DBMC building in Pottersville. That's where the young people from Fokole, Gorta, Yampis, Parish, Lower Goodwill went to school. Goodwill Secondary School. For 9 years now, the Labour Party have the people from this community, the students, as education refugees. These young men and women have to go to school, sometimes in grammar school. They send them somewhere in Bath Estate, then they Newtown. Look at the one in Newtown. Magwisa. But what are you, when you do that, these young people, what they end up doing? When some of them have to be on the road 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. Criminal activities. Time they go get home, they're tired. They cannot be productive. And people want to tell me, Labour is the best choice. Labour is the worst choice. Oh, no, right, Labour is no choice. The only choice is Danny Luge and the United Workers' Party. Danny Luge stood up for Rosonoff so much that even in Parliament, you know, they try to beat up Danny Luge, you know. Remember the Sergeant of Arms lays on Danny when Danny stood up in Parliament? Danny is the only person to tell Madam Speaker to sit down. I have this stage right now. And Danny was not doing that for himself. As Danny said, he's on his way out. Danny was doing that for the people of Fokole and Rosonoff. Danny stood up for young August. Gen Z, Generation Z. Danny stood up on their behalf. And that is why we are here to stand with Danny Luge proudly. Last week we were in Parish Pit. And the crowd was overwhelmingly happy that the United Workers' Party is on the move. The United Workers' Party is starting the blue wave in Rosonoff. The United Workers' Party is ready to take the reins of office. Danny Luge is man enough for Rosonoff. Danny Luge is the only option for Rosonoff. Danny Luge is the next parliamentary representative for Rosonoff, the United Workers' Party. So vote Danny Luge. Vote the SOR. Vote the United Workers' Party. Good night and God bless you.
Let's hear it for Brother Sparks John Hector.
And we are moving on. We are moving on. This gentleman, he spent a long time in the Rosal Central constituency. He's been doing a lot of things with the United Workers' Party.
At this point, it is my pleasure, my honor, to ask you to welcome Brother Glenroy Soso, Cuffy.
To give in a lot of goodies by the Labour Party. But I will say to you, whether you take it or not, you must understand something in this giving. And I'll make one example of what I want you to understand, what transpires and what takes place in your life after you have received such goodies. Take for instance, if you were given $5,000 and you were forgotten for 5 years, that would have been $2.70 a day. Can you live on $2.70 a day? When we talk about wages, these are the wages that are paid to South American countries, to low-income people, to poor people. So when the government come and give you $5,000 and forget you for 5 years, they are insulting you with $2.70 EC per day. $2.70 EC per day. You cannot even buy an ice cream with this. Don't you think that a better alternative would be for you to have a job, earn your money and buy what you want? That is what the United Workers' Party stands for. After Hurricane Maria, Brother Danny Lugay took his time as a parliamentary representative and he went out in the various communities and he wrote down names of persons who were affected by the storm. Over 500 and something names. If the government had just paid attention to what Brother Lugay had done, that assignment that he undertook on his own, if they had paid attention and spent a minimum of $10,000 on each house, you know what would happen? $5 million would have circulated in the communities, including for Koli. But they chose not to do that. They disregarded his list because he's not part of government. But he's part of government because he was the parliamentary representative and he actually aided them in terms of collecting the information needed to give out the country's wealth. But because he wasn't in government, his assignment was rejected. Do you think that is honesty? Do you think you are the best choice when you can be selective in who you give and who you don't give? You cannot be the best choice. And so, brothers and sisters, we are on mission tonight. It is starting in Rosonoff. And by the way, Rosonoff, let me compliment you for the work that you have done over the years. Because you have been a resilient people. A people who have stood up for justice. A people who have stood up for respect. And a people who have stood up for yourselves and your family. You have said no to them on numerous occasions, and you will say no to them again. You will say no to them again. They can come and give everything. You will stand for justice. Brothers and sisters, Brother Lugay, I've worked with this man, and there were two great things that he taught me when I started in the banana industry. And he said, as a young man coming in, I want to first tell you that you need help to continue in good spirit to serve the farmers. And always have a good meal in the morning before you start your work. Because that is what will keep you, because we do long hours in the field at the time. And he said to me, do not waste farmers' time. When a meeting is called, ensure that you are here early, you are on site early to organize, to make sure everything in place. And today, that lesson, or one of that lesson has been instilled in me, and Danny has been practicing that over years. He has been a well-organized guy, and if you notice, any meeting, anything that he organizes is always early. That's a principle in a person that you need to represent you. And that principle will go as far when we become the government to represent your best interest. And so, brothers and sisters, in Brother Lugay, you have honesty. In Brother Lugay, you have decisiveness. In Brother Lugay, decisions will be made in your best interest. In your best interest. And so, Brother Lugay is not alone. And the team and some part of the team that you saw earlier tonight, they are not alone. We are a team of men and women well trained with the necessary skills and expertise to run the affairs of this country. And we are also headed by a good leader, Honorable Dr. Thomson Fontaine, who has done work worldwide and has fixed economies. And he has fixed economies that consist of persons, of millions of persons. What about 50,000 persons to take care of? He will do it. So brothers and sisters, Brother Luge is part of a solid team. Brother Luge is part of a team composed of men and women of diverse backgrounds, and we will execute on your behalf. You will have a better life under the United Workers' Party. So I say to you tonight before I depart this podium, when one plane flies and it crashes, it doesn't prevent another one to fly. Right? You know that? When one ship sinks, it doesn't prevent the other from sailing. And so when one man falls, it doesn't prevent the other one from rising. Brother Luge has risen to the cause. He has risen to represent you and to represent your best interests, and you must take advantage of this. In Brother Luge, you will see a brighter future. In the United Workers' Party, we will represent your best interests. We will transform this economy, and you will have a better life. Not to receive $5,000, which is $2 equivalent to $2.71 a day, but you'll be able to earn, and by what is it that you choose to eat and drink. You will take care of your families. So trust us. This mission is not over by any stretch of imagination. You have done it before, and you will do it again. Give Brother Luge his support and the United Workers' Party. I say good night to you, Fogole. Good night, Rosanov. You have been very supportive, and we appreciate and adore the work that you have done in the past, and we know that you will do it again. Thank you.
Okay, Brother Soso, Cuffy, let's hear it for Brother Soso, Cuffy. Wow, there's so many good people in this United Workers' Party. As we move on, brothers and sisters, speaking about good people, we move into Marigot. We are moving to Marigot. But guess what? When I say Marigot, you must be thinking about there are about 4 different people you're thinking of, right? That's the power of Marigot. But tonight, brothers and sisters, the newest power for Marigot is who is coming here. I am talking about a man, leadership quality. I would like you to welcome here this evening, brothers and sisters, maybe for the first time in Fokole, the man from the Marigot constituency, Brother Delbert Powers. Let's hear it in a big way.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, I almost got carried away because the music nice, and it's almost time for us to go home because the music nice. Mr. Political Leader, Dr. Thomson Fontaine, I saw our president earlier. We're establishing a little protocol. But most importantly, people of Roseau North, good night. People of Funkole, good night. I don't hear it all you. Good night. It's nice to be here. I bring you greetings from the beautiful constituency of Marigot. After we got to the good people of Marigot and Concord sends their greetings to you. I got in a little late, and I want to apologize to Danny for that, because here's why. I was on the ground in Marigot a few minutes ago. I wouldn't tell you guys how fast I have to drive to get here. I wouldn't do that. But I want to apologize to Danny. You just heard somebody say a while ago that Danny's always on time. I want to apologize to him. I want to explain why. I was in Marigot earlier by Glenroy on the block. And I told the guys, I'm leaving now. Fellas said, but where you going? We have work to do. I said, no, I have to leave early today because I have to go to Fontaine. They said, but what you doing in Fontaine? You have work in Marigot to do. I said, no, I must go. Beg you, please, let me go. They said, why are you going? I said, because Danny called. They said, Danny called. And Danny tell me, Delbert, you have to be in Fontaine tonight. I said, Danny, I have work to do. He said, Delbert, I know you have work to do, but all the work is for all of us. And all of us in Fontaine tonight. All of us have to be in Fontaine tonight. I said, Danny, why we have to be in Fontaine? He says, there we strong. So ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here. I wouldn't be long because we have some powerhouses coming at the back and I want to make way for them. But I wanted to bring you greetings from the Marigot constituency. I wanted to let you know that we stand in solidarity with the people, with the resilient, with the mature, with the focused people of Roseau North, and particularly Fontaine. Marigot has some things in common with Fontaine. It's a fishing village, not so? We do the same thing. But one of the things that stands out about the constituency of Roseau North that is similar to Marigot is that it always continues to demonstrate political maturity. Roseau North people know what they want. Roseau North people know what they want. Roseau North people have always demonstrated that they always know what they want. You can't fool them easy. It's there we strong. Roseau North people continue to demonstrate political maturity, and more than that, even after 27 years, a long time, Roseau North still standing. Roseau North is still here. I was talking to somebody, I wouldn't tell you. And they say, boy, tight in Roseau North, you know. I say, why is it that? I say, because Roseau North looking to go home. Roseau North people, I don't hear you. They say, because Roseau North looking to go home. You want to know where? No, but where is your home? Where was never your home? You can never go to a place that wasn't your home. You have to go home. And Roseau North home is with the United Workers Party. And yet again, Roseau North is going to do it with somebody that have a plan in his hand. Tell me his name. Tell me his name. What is his name? Very good. I hear they have a slogan going around. Man enough. Danny's strong enough and he man enough for? I say he's strong enough and he man enough for? Ladies and gentlemen, the people of Roseau North and Dominica must continue to demonstrate that if after 26 years, if after 2 decades of political dominance, you have not been able to turn this thing around and people still have to be fighting and fending for themselves over and over every day. When the by-election come, there's not time for you to come and try to fool them. We know that you couldn't deliver for 2 decades. Is now you're trying to tell us you're going to deliver? No. But why you didn't do it last week? Why you didn't do it last month? Why you didn't do it last year? It's the same system. It's the same oppression. It's the same neglect that you're promising. Somebody want me to start to talk about like I'm not going to do that, Mr. Cuffy. Can't trick me. But it's the same mama guy. But Roseau North is resilient. Roseau North knows what it wants. The people of Fontaine continue to demonstrate that. And ladies and gentlemen, when the time comes, Roseau North will stand together with Danny Luge and the United Workers Party. Because we have had enough. And Danny is man enough. And Danny is strong enough. For where? For where? Ladies and gentlemen, time to wind down. We have people coming back. Hold on. I want to leave you with one message. We know that, and we are confident about it, but we have work to do. Cannot take it for granted. We have work to do. There was a young man that came here and spoke. Very, very powerful young man, but it have plenty more like him in Rosanov. They know what they want. They understand the issues, and they are ready to go. Let us support them. How do we support them? Go and get them and take them to get registered tomorrow. Go and get them and take them to get registered. There are a number of people here and in the sound of the system that have not yet gotten confirmed. Go and get confirmed. We know what we have to do. We understand what is at stake. And as much as we are excited, as much as Rosanov is coming back home to the United Workers' Party, as much as we understand that we are sure and resilient and mature politically, we have some work to do. So all of us who are here, we are going to volunteer on Danny's team tomorrow. And each one must get one person and go and get confirmed. Sign as a witness. I hear you. We have work to do. We're not taking it for granted. We're not going to sleep. We're not saying, I heard Hector say it a while ago, Danny win already. Yes, it's true, but go and get confirmed. Danny win already. Yes, it's true, but get registered. Ladies and gentlemen, the work is before us, but we are built for this. We're resilient enough for this, and we know what we want. Ladies and gentlemen, if we stand together and we work together, we can get the job done together and we can rescue our country. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and have a good night.
Mr. DJ, you're going to make me dance on the people platform, and that's not good. Let's hear it, brothers and sisters, for the powerhouse, for Marigot, Brother Delbert, Paris. You heard what the man said. Go get somebody with you and go do your work. We have work to do, brothers and sisters. We are coming to the final speaker in just another couple minutes, just a few minutes. But at this point, brothers and sisters, just before we get there, you want Donnie, right? We've got the president of the United Workers' Party. It's all about UWP and Rosanov. Let's hear it for Brother Sanford, the man, the president of the United Workers' Party.
Yes, people. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Workers, Rosanov. Well, they was up there the other day. I didn't hear them much. Today I listened to the press conference, didn't hear much. But we are here tonight with Danny Lugie, coming back home to the United Workers' Party. The first win that will bring us the general election victory in Dominica. Put your hands together for Danny Lugie, ladies and gentlemen. He has the temperament, he has the energy, he has the stamina, and he is man enough for Rosanov. Ladies and gentlemen, as Rosanov voters, all of us, whether you support the United Workers' Party, whether you support the Labour Party, whether you're undecided where you're going to vote, all of us want a few basic things. We want to have a good home to live. We want to have safe streets to walk on, where the police do their work, they are not corrupt. We want a judiciary system that is fair, that will punish those who commit the crimes and let the innocent walk free. We want a good hospital that when we are ill, we go there and we get proper health care. We want good schools where our children will go to school and learn well without prejudice. We want good roads where our farmers can go and do their toil to ensure that we have food security in the country. These are the basic things that we want. After that, we want to work hard for our money save a little bit in the bank, so if we can buy a little ride to take our family to church on a Sunday, to go to shop, or to go on a beach on a weekend. That is if we can afford it. For those higher up, if we can do more, we want to take a little trip, go to the Kalinago territory and visit, go to Portsmouth and visit, and if we can go overseas, we want to visit. We're not asking for much. The Roseau North people deserve that kind of living. And that is why the United Workers' Party is here tonight to tell you, you had 25 years of a government. Well, Danny Luge told me to say 27, so I changed him. 27 years of a government. And if you are not able to have a decent home to live, you are not able to have a decent meal to eat at night and in the morning, a good breakfast, and you don't feel safe walking the streets because you have too many drug addicts on the streets, too much crimes happening. You do not feel safe to go to the hospital, ladies and gentlemen. After a government of 27 years, they have failed. Can we all agree to that, ladies and gentlemen? And if they have failed, and you have refused to listen to the cry of UWP to say we can do better, tonight is your chance to say, let us give them a chance to do better for this country. And we are putting together a team of people that will do just that. And tonight I want to recognize some of them. You just heard Mr. Paris. We heard Julie for the city. We heard Monel for St. Joe. And you will be hearing some new names as we go along. Putting together that team, and for us tonight, Miss Martha Augustus. She will take her turn at some point. But we are putting together a team that will ensure that after our first term in government, you can evaluate and say, all right, I want a better house, my house looking better. I didn't have a TV, I bought a TV. I have toilets, I can send my children to school, I have a better meal. If not, then we have to face the same evaluation. If we fail, then you have to say you fail, come out there. But after 25 years of a government, not 27 years of a government, you now have to say, boss, you have failed, Sotila. And that is why we have to embrace Brother Danny Luge, because he have not had that chance to help you here. And we have to give him that chance, not as a pal rep anymore, but as a person in government, ladies and gentlemen. Because we are going to win the next election in Dominica. And you have to tell everybody you meet tomorrow, UWP is going to win the next election in Dominica. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what they call in a prop? In bananas, they used to say we used to cut a prop. So when you have a big fig tree that bending to fall, you cannot prop it up. What they have done in Roseau North is to get a crooked prop to put under a failing or falling fig tree. That is Ashma McDougall. My good friend, we teach the college together, we know each other well. But she is a crooked prop trying to roll up a falling fig tree. Sapakatavai. That is not going to work, ladies and gentlemen. And I told her so. I told her Roosevelt's carrot is going to devour her and finish all her political ambition. And I see it happen right before my eyes on Sunday. Ashma McDougall could not speak to you from her heart. They pull out her first shoulder. They give her a script to read. Ashma McDougall never used to praise the government. She had always had issues with the policies and programs of the Labour Party. And suddenly you on stage in your first appearance to the people praising her government. Not from your heart. Because they wrote something for you, she is scripted. Take out her first hand. So the next time you take out her second hand, and she'll have no head, she'll totally be devoured by Roosevelt's carrot. Because Roosevelt's carrot, the people of Fontaine, do not like Ashma McDougall. And I want to tell all you that tonight. She's my friend. And I told her so. The free mind she had to speak to of her heart, he do not like people that have a free thinking mind.
Roosevelt scared like people he liked to control. And he started devouring her already. Having her scripted on Sunday, reading a speech that is not coming from her heart, is already, they have taken out her first shoulder. So when she come into you in Roseau North in Fontaine, try to prop up her next shoulder because only one she'll be coming with. Prop it up a little for her. Well, she'll not come from Fontaine, she can't come here. So, as them fellas on the block would say, the one hand she remain, break it. Break the hand. Because it have the envelopes, the red envelopes. So when you break the second hand, you will see what is truly. I feel saddened for Ashma McDougall as a friend. Because I know she can do better than Labour. I know that. And she is already being premiered. So they take out one hand, the next time they'll take out the wings, and then they'll take out the legs, and there will be no more Ashma McDougall. She has sacrificed her ambition and her political career for whatever was offered to her, and you have to reject her. And you have to listen.
Battery, man. Battery. Hello.
apos akawe big go bitoko, akawe victoire by United Workers Party.
And if they have failed, and you have refused to listen to the cry of UWP to say we can do better, tonight is your chance to say, let us give them a chance to do better for this country. And we are putting together a team of people that will do just that. And tonight I want to recognize some of them. You just heard Mr. Paris. We heard Julie for the city. We heard Monel for St. Joe. And you will be hearing some new names as we go along. Putting together that team, and for us tonight, Miss Martha Augustus. She will take her turn at some point. But we are putting together a team that will ensure that after our first term in government, you can evaluate and say, all right, I want a better house, my house looking better. I didn't have a TV, I bought a TV. I have toilets, I can send my children to school, I have a better meal. If not, then we have to face the same evaluation. If we fail, then you have to say you fail, come out there. But after 25 years of a government, not 27 years of a government, you now have to say, boss, you have failed, Sotila. And that is why we have to embrace Brother Danny Luge, because he have not had that chance to help you here. And we have to give him that chance, not as a PAL rep anymore, but as a person in government, ladies and gentlemen. Because we are going to win the next election in Dominica. And you have to tell everybody you meet tomorrow, UWP is going to win the next election in Dominica. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what they call in a prop? In bananas, they used to say we used to cut a prop. So when you have a big fig tree that bending to fall, you cannot prop it up. What they have done in Rosanov is to get a crooked prop to put under a failing or falling fig tree. That is Ashma McDougall. My good friend, we teach the college together, we know each other well. But she is a crooked prop trying to roll up a falling fig tree. Sapakatavai. That is not going to work, ladies and gentlemen. And I told her so. I told her Roosevelt's carrot is going to devour her and finish all her political ambition. And I see it happen right before my eyes on Sunday. Ashma McDougall could not speak to you from her heart. They pull out her first shoulder. They give her a script to read. Ashma McDougall never used to praise the government. She had always had issues with the policies and programs of the Labour Party. And suddenly you on stage in your first appearance to the people praising her government. Not from your heart. Because they wrote something for you, she is scripted. Take out her first hand. So the next time you take out her second hand, and she'll have no head, she'll totally be devoured by Roosevelt's carrot. Because Roosevelt's carrot, the people of Fontaine, do not like Ashma McDougall. And I want to tell you that tonight, she's my friend. And I told her so. The free mind she had to speak to of her heart, he do not like people that have a free thinking mind. Roosevelt's carrot like people he like to control. And he started devouring her already. Having her scripted on Sunday, reading a speech that is not coming from her heart, is already, they have taken out her first shoulder. So when she coming to you in Rosanov in Fontaine, try to prop up her next shoulder, because only one she will be coming with. Prop it up a little for her. Well, she'll not come from Fontaine, she can't come here. So, as them fellas on the block would say, the one hand she remain, break it. Break the hand. Because it have the envelopes, the red envelopes. So when you break the second hand, you will see what is truly. I feel saddened for Ashma McDougall as a friend. Because I know she can do better than Labour. I know that. And she is already being premiered. So they take out one hand, the next time they'll take out the wings, and then they'll take out the legs, and there will be no more Ashma McDougall. She has sacrificed her ambition and her political career for whatever was offered to her, and you have to reject her
in this constituency, ladies and gentlemen. And you have to listen.
Battery, man. Battery.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, we have to reject her in Rosanov. Danny Luge has been here with us all along, and he has the tenacity, he has the courage, and he has stepped back on the stage, and he's going to bring the Rosanov back to the house of UWP. We have gone through the process, we are working hard, we will form the next election, the next government after the next election. We have come forward with our 10-pillar program to build the economy in Dominica under the economist, the real Dr. Fontaine.
Play some music, Mr. DJ.
Yes. So the battery ran out, but we still continuing, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready for the fight. As I was saying, under the 10-pillar plan to develop the economy of Dominica, which they cannot do, they have gotten the most money from Venezuela. They got the most money from China. They sold the most passports that have ever been sold in Dominica. And what factories do we have? How many factories do we have in Dominica? 0. What has happened to agriculture? Gone. What has happened to tourism? It is surviving but on life support, because they have not developed our tourism sites and developed our tourism products in Dominica. What has happened to our banks? Most of our banks gone. First Caribbean gone, Royal Bank gone, Scotia gone. Ladies and gentlemen, any country that doesn't have a competition in the financial sector is a failing country, and Labour Party has failed our country. So, we have to bring an economist in Dr. Thomson Fontaine, with Danny Luge, with our 10-pillar plan to ensure that we bring prosperity that is shared among all people in this country. And we tell you tonight, if you have not been confirmed, go get confirmed. If you know a young person in the constituency who has to be registered, go get them registered. And on whenever they call the date for the by-election, every single person in this community of Fontaine, ensure you take them to vote. Because we want to send a message to Roosevelt Skerritt and the Dominica Labour Party that we are serious about this country. We do not have properties outside of this country. We love this country. And we need to let him understand that we are going to take our country back, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to take it back polling station by polling station, starting in Fontaine and all over the Rosanov. And we're going to spread that wave all over the country, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be ticking the box. Rosanov, we tick the box. Roseau Central, Julie for Roseau, tick the box. Roseau South, we're going to tick the box. And we are going to bring this country back to order and prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure being here with you tonight. You all are agents of the United Workers' Party. Those of you listening at home, those of you following us via the internet, you have a responsibility to call your family, call your relatives, call your friends, get on board the UWP train, get on board the victory train, do what is required of you to ensure that we bring this victory home. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. I will be seeing you again as the campaign continues. Thank you very much.
Let's hear it for the President of the United Workers' Party, brothers and sisters. Brother Sanford. Well said, well spoken.
Wow. And we are here tonight because of who? Danny! And so, brothers and sisters, I will not take up any 1 second of his time. I ask you to welcome your next parliamentary representative of the United Workers' Party, Brother Danny Lucas.
All my days, I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up till I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have
Vocally! They say more votes for Danny. Let every word of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. We sadly remember Curtis Gordon, who passed suddenly yesterday. To his wife and family, we express deep sympathy. Curtis was a hard-working craftsman, a leather craft genius. We also remember Anthony Walsh, who also passed recently, and he is the brother of Oliver Totus Walsh and Mervyn Walsh. We in the United Workers' Party join together in wishing the Walsh family deep sympathy. Anthony Walsh will be laid to rest tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Service taking place at the St. Alphonsus Catholic Church. Where is my brother Peter? Peter, come a minute. Peter is my big brother. He has supported me for many years. When I started off in 2008 and 2009, he stood by my side, sending t-shirts, banners, whatever I need, dry cash, and he's still doing it today. He introduced me to politics when the Young Freedom Movement was a great movement in Dominica. He was part of it. So I want to thank my brother publicly and all my family who support me. Thank you, Peter. We are not in a political battle, but yes, we are in a spiritual battle. A battle for the heart and soul of Dominica. It is a battle against principalities and powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Can't you sense, after 27 years, that this is not normal government? Well, it is not. You know it, and I know it. But there is a master that is above all these counterfeit powers, above all kingdoms. And let me remind you that greater is he that is within me than he that is in the world. Just give me a second there. They have come against me relentlessly and will try again. But I plead the blood of the Lamb over our victorious campaign. I've asked my Heavenly Daddy that every weapon formed against Team Dominica to be returned to sender. So be very careful what you try. I don't deserve it. It's not because I'm a good man, but yes, I am truly blessed and highly favored. So don't be afraid. It is the appointed time for permanent change. And so they come bearing gifts wrapped in crimson red envelopes, labeled "From Labor with Love." But did these gifts really come from the Labour Party? Just a question to think deeply about. A so-called Labour Party love that physically and psychologically abused us for 4 long years, yet on the 5th year, they proclaim love. Love that is bought with your own money, dressed up and labeled in red. But where are these gifts dressed up in red coming from? It is your stolen money. It is our passport money. It is diverted CBI hotel money, laundered and dressed up in red. They litter the streets in red cloth, red banners and red flags. And yes, they imagine for a moment that the red flags and red cloth will be voting. More votes for Daddy! Yes, that's what the people of Rosenhof say. And I believe my constituents. That's why I'm confident, but not complacent. And while they machinate spiritual wickedness in their high places, we understand that no weapon formed against Rosenhof will prosper. Their time has come, and a new day has dawned. We will fulfill God's purpose in our land, in this generation. 27 years of political and economic destruction is coming to a crashing end. The veil has been lifted off the eyes of the overwhelming majority of Dominicans, beginning in Fokole, Tarish Pit, Mont Daniels, Thomson and Gotta Village. The veil of blindness is lifted in Bellevue Road, Yampis, Simon Bolivar. The veil of blindness is lifted in Goodwill, Pottersville, Louisville. The veil of blindness is lifted in Santa Roma, even right now. From Kashaku to Kalinago territory, from Maho to Marigot, and every square kilometer of this our Whitey Kubuli. Laborites are awakening from decades of blindfolded allegiance and are demanding more accountability, transparency, and just governance. The nation is asking for more respect, more equal opportunity for self-advancement. Young, educated Dominicans never expected to be begging any leader in their homeland. Businessmen, vendors, indigenous doctors and nurses, ordinary Dominicans want to begin making a decent living in their own land. But after 27 years of waiting, it never happened. And if they can't do it in 27 years, they surely can't do it at all. So it's time for change. Change that will deliver real development for Rosenhof. Here is my vision for Rosenhof. We will reclaim the old public works site for a major project. We will build a tourist reception center at that site with multiple business enterprises within that space. There will be a vendor's arcade on the ground floor. No longer will our bayfront vendors like Alfia, right here from Fokole, will be kicked out of the bayfront. Vendors will have a permanent vendor's arcade. As part of that plan, we will set up restaurants for local cuisine. Steamed fish, fish roti, grilled fish, fish water, fish broth, sea moss. This tourist reception center will become the seafood restaurant capital of the Caribbean, where patrons are guaranteed to dine and feast on the catch of the day, fresh out of the sea. Fishermen of Fokole, Pottersville and Tarish Pit will sell their cash to the local restaurants at the tourist reception center. Hair braiding, massage parlors, beauty parlors, local music shops, electronic games arcade, a shopping mall on the upper floors. Talented booyah artists like Shelley and the Signal Band, who was born and raised in Rosenhof, will have a permanent home for their talent exposure. Painters, artists, craftsmen, artisans will have their galleries and studios in this tourist reception center. On Wednesday nights and Friday nights, the tourist reception center will be transformed into Dominica's premier hub for family entertainment, Creole jazz music, Kadas and Booyah music, fish night and open entertainment, very much like Gozile in St. Lucia, where local Dominicans and tourists will intermingle in a clean, relaxing family atmosphere where local businesses, local chefs, local musicians can earn their own money by the sweat of their brow. Dominica for Dominicans first, while we welcome visitors with open arms to Rosenhof. This is my vision for mass employment for the young entrepreneurs of Fokole and Rosenhof. We have many more plans for Rosenhof, but we will not release all tonight. I will present a mini manifesto for Rosenhof shortly, but before we can implement our plan, we must take care of 27-year-old business. And to do this, we must ensure from tomorrow we can run to the Fokole Community Center and the Red Cross headquarters and confirm with urgency. Make a special effort to register every single first-time voters. And some of the soldiers are busy registering. Venus, you saw me around, Vina is here. She's doing her work. Join Vina on the ground and get your children and young voters to go and register. Hats off to all who sacrifice the time for the good of our country. We want all the votes for a resounding victory for the people of Rosenhof. More votes for Danny! We will send a clear and unmistakable message that Rosenhof is ready for change. Permanent change. Rosenhof is not for sale. You cannot buy us with our own money. We in Rosenhof reject modern day slavery and slave masters, indigenous leaders who buy and sell their own people for 30 pieces of silver. More votes for Danny! Let me hear you. More votes for Danny! We of Fokole and Rosenhof will surely send an unmistakable message across the length and breadth of this land that your time is up. Pack up and clear the way for fresh ideas, new talent and real hope for the young people of this land. So go confidently and reclaim your land. Speak victory. Speak liberty. God bless all of you. God bless our land. Go out in peace. God bless the Commonwealth of Jamaica.
Will you fall for it? The devil setting traps for you. Don't you fall for it? The devil setting traps. Will you fall for it? The devil setting traps for you. Don't you fall for it? Just give me the signal on your body. I jump to get some back strong.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. DJ. Brothers and sisters of Fokole, did you hear your next parliamentary representative? You heard a plan for you. That's a man, Danny, the man with the plan. And he's man enough for the Roseau North. Brothers and sisters, you have waited here very patiently but confidently for the political leader, the future Prime Minister of Dominica. Brothers and sisters, this gentleman, a relatively young man, has spent his entire life preparing for the job at hand. He spent his entire life from youth educating himself. And I'm sure the young people here tonight will be excited to hear what education can do for you. Because this gentleman is very well educated. Brothers and sisters, he's an economist. He's an economist that has made it his career to go to various countries throughout the world, fixing economic problems of those countries. Whether it is the UN sponsoring, whether it's the OAS, whether it's the IMF, the mission is the same. This country has got some serious economic problems. We need to get it fixed. Go in and take care of it. And you know what, brothers and sisters? Every single time he has taken care of it. So I ask the question, why not Dominica? Dominica is in serious economic problem at this point. And I say, brothers and sisters, I say confidently, there is no other individual walking on this earth in Dominica that is better prepared, more capable, and is ready to transform Dominica. He's going to tell you about that 10-point, 10-pillar project. Shared prosperity for all. All of us. Not him and her, for all of us. Brothers and sisters, you've heard enough from me. I ask you to welcome our next Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Brother Thomson, Dr. Thomson Fontaine.
Good night, Fokole. Good night, Dominica. And good night. They're all okay. That's fine. That's fine. You can leave, but you're beginning to see the making of the team. That team, Dominica, that will change the fortunes of this country. The team that will bring a better and brighter day to Dominica. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be here. with you tonight. But you have shown that in respect
about that 10 pillar project. Shared prosperity for all. All of us. Not him and her, for all of us. Brothers and sisters, you've heard enough from me. I ask you to welcome our next Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Brother Thomson, Dr. Thomson, Fontaine.
good night, Fontaine. Good night, Dominica. And good night. They're all okay. That's fine. That's fine. They can leave, but you're beginning to see the making of the team. That team, Dominica, that will change the fortunes of this country. The team that will bring a better and brighter day to Dominica. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be here with you tonight. I want to start by saying a big thank you to all of you for opening up your homes
in the Fontaine area to us last Saturday. We had a wonderful time. We did not want to leave. We stayed until well past 9 o'clock that night. It was a wonderful time with you. And I want to, from the outset, say thank you to Fontaine for always supporting the United Workers' Party. You have shown that you are not to be bought. You have shown that irrespective of what they bring in your face, you will stay true to the United Workers' Party. And for that we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be very brief tonight. You've been patient, and I know you have work tomorrow, so I'll be very brief. But there are a few things that I want to say to you tonight. And firstly, I want to thank you for your support for Danny Luque. I want to thank you for embracing him and for supporting him in the next by-election. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is in crisis. Dominica is in trouble as we speak. And I don't have to go into details, you know it. Because you are the ones that get up in the morning and realize that your fridge is almost empty. And it is just the 10th of the month. Still 20 days to go. And you're wondering how you're going to get that fridge refilled. You are the young person. You're wondering how you're going to be able to go out this weekend and buy yourself a decent drink. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in trouble in this country. Let me give you a little story. I was talking to one of my constituents, and she had traveled to St. Lucia with a group from the village. They had gone to play some dominoes. And she said, Dr. Fontaine, you will not believe this. I cannot believe that things so cheap in St. Lucia. She said, I always wanted a fan. So I went to price a fan. And the fan cost $34. She said, Dr. Fontaine, I buy 3 of them, She said, I didn't need the free fans, but I bought 3. But I could not believe that a fan is $34. Now, why is the price of a fan $34 in St. Lucia? St. Lucia don't make fans. They import the fans from the same places that we import them. From the very same places. From the very same manufacturers. From the very same wholesalers. Yet they can sell their fan for $34. And in Dominica, if you want a good fan, you're talking about $200, almost $300. Why? I will tell you why. The reason is because this Labour Party government, because they have not been able to grow the economy, because they have not been able to put the Dominican public to work, because Dominicans selected a school teacher who was teaching English, selected that individual to be the Minister of Finance and to run the economic affairs of this country. And when he was tired, he put in a medical doctor to continue in his place. Now, let me tell you something. Economics may appear to be easy, but what we are seeing in Dominica is what happens when you put round pegs in square holes. We are having $34 fans in St. Lucia, $200 fans in Dominica, because our Prime Minister does not understand the way the economy works. So what this Labour Party has done is that they have put tax upon tax upon tax. So that every item that you buy in Dominica, if now you go to this shop across there for a bottle of shandy, it costs you $5. For this $5, $3 of this $5 for this shandy, taxes that goes to the government of Dominica. $3. $3. Ladies and gentlemen, because we understand this, we can make it such that you no longer have to get $5 shandies in Dominica. You no longer have to get $200 fans in Dominica. Because we will streamline our tax
system in this country. We will make it where the tax is easy to understand, but it is simple and basic. But it will not be as it is right now, making Dominica one of the most expensive countries in the Eastern Caribbean. Dominica, we have a problem. We're in crisis. We are in crisis because we have some of the highest prices, yet the lowest wages. And those two things simply do not match. The average worker in St. Lucia, where they sell the fans for $44, gets $3,000 a month. In Dominica, it is $1,200 a month. So they have more income and they have cheaper goods. Because in St. Lucia, they change the governments. They change the governments from time to time. So they force the government to work in their best interest. But in Dominica, we have this foolishness of putting a government in place for all of those years. And even after 27 years, they are coming back to us and telling us that they want more years to run this country. We have to teach this government a lesson, ladies and gentlemen. And can you imagine, on Sunday, the Prime Minister was making all of those promises to the Roseau North people. Promise after promise after promise. And guess what happened? First thing on Monday morning, we are hearing that individuals who used to pay $0 at the hospital now have to pay 25%. That's the kind of government you have in place. A bunch of empty promises at night, but in the day, when the reality hits the road, more taxes. Akon. Moon. I was going to say it differently, but you understand. You understand. More taxes. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we must, I say we must get rid of this government of the Labour Party. This is about our survival. This is about our ability to live decent lives here in Dominica. And when I look at this community of Fontaine, I'm proud of you. Because I remember as a little boy driving from the countryside and seeing all those houses on sticks, we used to call them. And you've transformed your lives through hard work and effort and commitment. Not because of the government, but in spite of the government. Because you survived over 27 years because you worked hard. And that is the reason why you cannot be bought. That is the reason why as we walked around Fontaine, they were telling us of the monies that have been circulating there. A government has disappeared for all of those years, and now that there is a by-election, they are back, not with how they're going to improve your lives. They only want your vote. They only want your vote, but it's to make your life more difficult. It's to make your life harder. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the choices has never been clearer in this country. And so, I declared last Friday at Tarish Pete that we, the United Workers' Party, will begin to dismantle the CDI program. We will phase it out. The Prime Minister find that this is madness. And all the Caribbean press is talking about that. That is the hottest topic in the Caribbean press. I've seen releases in St. Lucia, in Barbados, and so on about this. Because he's saying that the opposition wants to get rid of the CDI program. In fact, the way he describes it is a storm is coming and you take a sledgehammer to your strongest building. But that is because the man does not understand economics. He does not understand it. And it is clear. It is clear because after 27 years, it shows in the level of poverty that we see in Dominica. I was just listening tonight to a young man, and I will not say who he was, but the young man right in this meeting, and I cannot tell you the things that he was telling me that is happening now to his family under this Labour Party government. He's the only one of 9 working in his family. and what he has to endure and what his family is enduring under this Labour Party government. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have to deal with in this country. And so, when a doctor in economics begins to talk about how he's going to transform the economy, he gets afraid. Because he doesn't understand it. But I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the United Workers' Party, we are committed to making your lives better. And we are going to tackle the high cost of living in this country. We are going to make sure that this 60% on average, anytime you buy an item, whether it's a half pound of sugar, a gill of rum, a gill of oil, it's a gill of oil. Whatever it is that you buy, remember that on average, 60% of the cost goes back to this government of ours. And so the people of Dominica, we cannot breathe. We cannot breathe. You cannot breathe under those situations. And as I listened to this young man again tonight, it broke my heart to understand the pressures under which our people have to operate. And this government comes and they're spending literally hundreds of thousands of dollars on a campaign. And today I saw circulating on social media a complaint from an NEP worker who said that they have not gotten paid over 2 months. Yet the government has money to do all of that. How can you justify that? How can you justify? How can you justify that you will crucify? You will crucify your own people with high taxes. You will ensure that they get zero or very little wage increases. Can you imagine 27 years, how many times has this government raised the wages of the civil servants of this country? I have spoken to teachers teaching for 20 years and they're not appointed. Police officers who are stuck as constables for 30, 35 years and cannot get a stripe because of the policies of this government. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the realities that we have in this country. We're not making this up. That's why I say I don't have to relate this to you. You know the realities. You know what is going on in this country. You know the pain and the suffering that you are going under. And so when we declare to the Dominican public that the United Workers' Party will have a minimum wage of $12 an hour, they run to raise it. That is what make workers in Dominica getting $9 today, you know. Because we announced on our 10 pillars that we're going to do $12. Mais il passe à faire $12. C'est un inefficace, il s'affaire. Parce qu'il passe à couper ça pour faire. The man is stuck, the man is tired, and the man needs to go. He needs to go. Plain and simple. This government needs to disappear like tomorrow. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this blue wave that has started here in the Roosevelt constituency will very soon become a blue tsunami that will roll over the Labour Party, that will bring change and development to this country, that will transform our country. Because, said, we have a team of people who understand the pain and the suffering of this Dominican public. And we are saying that enough is enough, and it is time to make a change. It is time to bring in the United Workers' Party. We can promise you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. Every single day we will fight on your behalf. Every single day we will work to bring down the high prices. Every single day we will work to ensure you have better wages. Every single day we will work to ensure that you have better housing. Every single day, we will ensure, ladies and gentlemen, that you do not have to go on the outside when you want to use the washroom. Ladies and gentlemen, this is happening in Dominica. We heard the plans of this Labour Party government to get rid of pit toilets. But what has happened? People are still suffering the same indignities that they suffered 50 and 40 years ago. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reality of our country. And that is why we are doing this tonight. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, people like Danny Luque and the others in the United Workers' Party are standing up for you. Because we believe that we can do better. We believe, ladies and gentlemen, that a government that is responsible to its people will do better by its people. The problem is this government does not feel that they are responsible to the people of this country. They so feel that they're not responsible that when election day comes around, they take the jets and they go overseas and they fly in Dominicans who you wonder what's going through their heads. You wonder why a Dominican who had to run from this country, a Dominican who had to build their lives overseas because they could not make it work in Dominica, you wonder why they would leave the comfort of where they are and come back in this country to impose an incompetent and useless government on the backs of the Dominican public. And so I want to appeal to you tonight. You're looking on in your living rooms in America. You're looking on in your living rooms in Guadeloupe and in St. Martin. Do not do that to the Dominican public. Do not hurt your neighbors like this. Do not hurt your population like this. Because that is what you're doing. You're condemning us to lives of poverty and hopelessness when you come in and vote for this government. Because you know, ladies and gentlemen, that if the government allows the vote to be simply among those living in Dominica, this government would have not lasted even one term. But they have mastered the art of going overseas and stealing the elections. And we have to pay for it. But there's one way we can defeat this. If those of our friends in the overseas, if they cannot resist the temptation of the $500 or $1,000 to come and vote, then what you need to do in Dominica is to vote in greater numbers. Is to vote in greater numbers. When I go and sit with my Labour Party friends in Grand Fond, and I tell them, why would you vote a government that does not like you? Why would you vote a government that over all of those years you're struggling to send your children to school? Why would you vote a government that cannot give you a decent salary? Why would you vote a government that the best they can do for the young children of Grand Fond is to put them in an NEP program, having them cutting grass by the roadside? How? I was coming down from Grand Fond this morning into town, and there was scores of them clearing the roads in Odalis. And in that crowd I saw kids who had gone to high school. And that is what this government is offering you. So when I speak to them, I ask them, why would you want to vote this kind of government? Why? And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is the reason why you need to talk to your neighbors. I don't know what goes through their heads. I don't know why they're doing it, but they're doing it. But we need more people to vote against this government right here in Dominica. If more of you vote against this government, then they will be removed, irrespective of how many chartered jets come from overseas. And I met one of the individuals who was responsible in the past for bringing those jets from overseas. And this individual took, it cost $300,000 to charter a jet from New York to Dominica. $300,000, bringing in 167 passengers. 300,000 for one. And you saw the number of flights. You saw the number of flights that were there in the last election. So the government of Dominica, they have all of that money
stashed away to bring in the votes, to maintain the positions, not to help you and me. Because you're not the ones getting the $64,000. You're not the one getting the big salaries. You're not the one, if your child falls sick, you're flown overseas on a helicopter. You're not the one. You're doing all of this to maintain a few people in power who could care less about you. And that is what we are fighting against. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, personally, I am in this fight. To fight for the people of Dominica. To fight in such a way that we can get better and we can do better. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have to remind you. You've heard of my story. You know my story. I could be anywhere in the world, but I chose to be here because I want to improve with the help of a party that cares deeply about the people of Dominica. We want to make that change. We want to develop that country. You know, I was thinking about this, and I'm motivated sometimes spiritually because I understand that as human, there must be that connection with the Creator. And I was thinking of that story of Moses and the parting of the Red Sea. Do you remember when Moses approached, was bringing the children of Israel out of the Red Sea? When he approached the Red Sea, he realized that they could not go because the Egyptian army was behind them and the Red Sea was ahead. So he turned to God. God said, well, Moses, what do you have? What can you offer? What can you bring to allow you to get to the other side? He said, all I have is a rod. He said, okay, well, let's use that rod to make a way for the children of Israel. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I relate this story to tell you that right here in Dominica, we have something that can turn our lives around, that can improve our lives, that can make it so that we have good paying jobs in this country, that our children and our workers, after they work, they can take a little trip overseas for a day just to relax, that they can do what they have to do. We have, ladies and gentlemen, a situation now where this government has done so much that they have turned countries against us, poor little Dominica. And today, the Prime Minister is crying about the fact that our countries, the countries have been looking after the self-interest. But they have turned against us because of the policy of this government. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you I would not be long, but I want to leave you with the assurance that the United Workers' Party, Team Dominica, will not fail you. We will not fail you. But for us to work on your behalf, you need to first of all begin by voting for Danny Lugay, a man who has shown over the years that he will stand by you, a man who went into Parliament and stood up on your behalf, a man who did everything in his power to help you with the limited resources that he had because nothing was coming from the government. But he stood by you. He stood with you in thick and in thin. And today, they're offering you another choice. But that choice, I have nothing bad to say about Ashma. I worked with her as well, and when she taught economics at the State College, she would invite me to help grade the students and so on, and to talk to the students. So I know her going back, but I was shocked when I found out, like Claudius, that she was in the camp of the Labour Party. But you heard it from Claudius. He knows her way better because they teach together. So that is not a choice. That is not a choice. We're voting for Danny Lugay. You know him. You know what he gives. But more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, when we win the general election, we will be able to transform this country. And so tonight, I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you for listening to us. Thank you again for opening up your homes to all of us. We appreciate you. We love you. God bless you. And see you soon, ladies and gentlemen of Rosenau.
Yes, I
DJ, thank you. You will be giving us some music shortly. But let's put our hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for our next Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Dr. Honorable Thomson Fontaine. Thank you, Mr. DJ. If you can take it over now.